Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is Joey A. Okay, my videos are about freedom, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. And I'm doing a series on freedoms, right, as per our constitution, the constitution of planet Earth, who we are, the Republic of planet Earth, infinite eternal creators, the human race. So I've been doing a lot of videos today, so I'm gonna talk about these beautiful freedom, and this is good food freedoms. Okay, so let's dive into it. So the previous video was about quality assurance freedoms, right? Quality assurance freedoms, and I spoke about that, and I've been speaking about all these freedoms prior. So then again, when you think in terms of food, there was food freedoms. So it's our freedom to have food access to food, right? Food security. So, and how can we afford these? Well, because we all are de facto banks, number one. But number two, because of quality assurance freedoms, we can have better quality foods now, higher quality standards than the current ones that we have. Much higher standards, because the demand. Because we're gonna have demand, and when there is demand, markets, they just naturally find their way to meet that demand, because that's what we do. It's our nature. We're global traders. We have got global trader freedoms. So food freedoms is our ability to obviously afford food and have food security, so no one goes hungry at night. There's no famines, right? There's no people hungry with empty bellies at night, right? Children that are malnourished, and all this different stuff, right? So we're talking about the fact that because of quality assurance and all the infinite freedoms that we have, right? So what? Well, the quality of food will go up, right? Because right now, there's a lot of food that what we call junk food, right? Which is very affordable, right? Why is it junk food? Because it's low costs, right? Ingredients, low quality ingredients, because of economies of scale, because all these companies are trying to keep their margins, so they want to lower the price of things and the quality of things, so they can be able to, still make money and sell food, right? And feed people. And we have all this junk food and all this stuff, right? Which is tasty. At times, not all of it is tasty, but it's not healthy, right? So we need food freedoms. Freedom. Our food has to be good quality, good standards. And because we all can afford it now, we have quality assurance freedoms. What we call junk food or fast food would remain, but the quality of it would increase. So our delicious burgers and fries and all these different things that we love to eat, right? I love them, right? Most humans love a burger. The quality of it will be higher. Right? Because of quality assurance freedoms that I spoke earlier about in my previous video, and because we all can afford it now because of economic freedoms, financial freedoms, and issue of currency freedoms. So we all, we are de facto banks. We all banks. We have a wallet, a purse, a privy that we have access to, a ledger, so we can actually have enough money to have very good standards of living, all humans. So poverty, it's literally eradicated overnight. So if you want to eliminate and delete and eradicate poverty overnight, issue of currency freedoms, economic freedoms, and financial freedoms, which is what's happening on Earth right now, the Republic of planet Earth. What we're doing right now, Earth's constitution, the Republic of planet Earth. And this is why food freedoms and all these freedoms are part of our constitution. Because we are free, and we have entered the 21st century in terms of governance. And who we are, infinite eternal creators, the human heartbeat, the race that we are, the most ancient species. Okay? So food freedoms is this. Food freedoms is our ability, right? Our ability to have the highest quality of food that we can because we can afford it now. We still can go to our favorite restaurants and our favorite joints and all these different things and afford these things, but the quality will be higher because we have the freedom to make sure that the food that we eat is better. Because all these companies and manufacturers and makers don't have to cut corners around quality or ingredients because of costs. Because cost is not an impediment anymore. Because they themselves as individuals have their own wallet and they are de facto banks. So they can fund the companies and their enterprises so they can have better quality and offer better food to people. So it improves the entire supply chain and it makes everything better for everybody because of quality assurance and food freedoms. Okay? So it's that. So it's a quality of food because we're free to have decent food. First off, we're free to eat, right? We need to eat. So poverty gets famine, poverty, all these horrible things that have bothered humanity for a long time. They become obsolete, primitive. They don't even count anymore because we all have access to resources because we all can afford food now. That's first off, we can afford food. So food freedoms. Freedom to have food, right? Number one. Number two, the quality of it will go up, which will make us healthier. And number three, everyone will benefit because all the systems providing the mechanisms of the industries, raw material industries, providing the farms and all these different systems that are there, providing the food to all the industries and all the markets, will get a great boost because there will be a higher demand for the products. So, and they would have more resources to afford better quality systems and if we buy more land, if required, if that's something that they need or whatever, because they can afford it now and they can afford higher quality and higher standards because of our freedoms, food freedoms. You see, so hunger, poverty, famine, it gets eradicated overnight. Overnight. This is not something that's going to take 5, 20 years. No, these can take less than a year. In less than a year, we can end poverty and famine worldwide. In months, really. In months. With food freedoms and quality assurance freedoms and currency issue of currency freedoms, financial freedoms, and economic freedoms, global trade freedoms. All these freedoms together would eradicate and eliminate poverty and famine overnight because everyone will be able to afford food. No one will go to bed with an empty tummy because they cannot afford to eat. Because right now on Earth, we already produce more food than we consume anyway. Right? There's a lot of waste. It's a lot of waste. So, the problem is not a lack of food. The problem is a lack of access, right? A lack of means, a lack of access to the food. Not because the food is not in the proximity of people, just because the food is not able to be acquired because of the lack of means, which is different. But once you eradicate that, then the bottom line becomes the top line, really. So there's not inverted, right? Inverts the pyramid. So there's no poverty anymore. You eliminates the problem. The famines go away and the hunger goes away, which is one of those problems that have pestered society for a long time, right? That goes away immediately. And then because everyone can afford food now because of our freedoms, the Republic of Planet Earth, what's the next step? Well, the next step is very simple, right? The quality of it goes up because of the demand, right? So we can make better foods and better things. And those people who didn't have the resources earlier, now they would have the resources to buy more things. So there will be new companies, new industries, new farms, new things around them to provide the needs because they can afford it. So this is very simple. This is very basic. Food freedoms. So food freedoms is precisely for that reason, to eradicate and eliminate and delete forever hunger and famine overnight, really, in months. In weeks, you would see an incredible change, a sea of change, just overnight, really. In a few days, you would see a big difference. A big difference, just in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months, the world will be a different place overnight. And in a year, there will be no, pretty much. I mean, if you go to bed without eating, it's because either you're fasting or because you want to. Right? As simple as that. And this is what food freedoms are. The elimination, the eradication, the phasing out of hunger and famine worldwide. Because we are the Republic of planet Earth. This is who we are. We're the infinite eternal creators. We're the human race. We're the human DNA. We're the epicenter of creation. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might.